Hi guys, so the lighting has gotten very bad in here. I'm just going to mention that. Sorry. But in this video I wanted to talk about my woofing in Hawaii experience. And I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not going to give every single detail because that would be extremely long. So I'm just going to share with you some things that I did which I would not recommend to anyone who wants to woof in Hawaii. So, the first thing that I did was I went to the Woof Hawaii website. I looked at a bunch of farms, and there was two that I was very interested in. They were both on the Big Island, opposite sides of the Big Island. One was in the Kona area, and one was in Mountain View, Hawaii. And it was kind of a toss-up between those two. I was just like, I don't know. And I kind of told both of them that I would woof for them. And one of them was very communicative towards me. They gave me in contact with the other woofer. We talked. It was kind of like a safe bet. Like, I knew if I went there, everything, I knew what to expect kind of because I was already talking to the other woofer. She added me on Facebook. It seemed like I knew what to expect. And the other one, there was very little communication between me and the guy. I did not know what to expect with him. I had no idea. I really didn't know what to expect. He had less information also on his profile. So yeah, I bet you guys can guess which one I picked. Yes, I went with the one that was kind of like the unsafe, don't know what to expect farm. I went with that one. Because why? Because I don't honestly know. Obviously something was guiding me, something was telling, like, I don't know. Anyways, so I went to his farm, which is, I think I ended up okay in my circumstance. I mean, yes, I still have, like, trust issues with people that stemmed from my experience in Hawaii, but honestly, if I was to give advice to anyone going to Hawaii, I would say always go with the safe bet. Always go with the farm where they're excited to have you. They're messaging you, telling you, are you getting excited? Like, we're so happy to have you. You're going to have a great time in Hawaii. Those sorts of things. Go with that farm. And that's what the farm in Kona was like messaging me, telling me, like, it's going to be so nice having you. I was just talking to the other woofer tonight, and we're just so excited to have another woofer here. Like, that's what they were telling me, and for some reason I went with this guy who was not telling me anything, and was just like, there was no communication at all, almost. It was kind of insane that I even really did that, but that's what I did. And so I don't recommend that. I really, really, really don't recommend that, especially if you're young and female. Like, please, like, keep yourself safe, because Hawaii can be a very dangerous place. It really can. And I don't think enough people on the internet talk about that, because I watch a lot of these videos about woofing in Hawaii, and I don't often hear, like, how dangerous it actually could be. Like, it's just not only the people sometimes, but just certain places are just not safe to go. My second day in Hawaii, we went to White Road, this place called White Road. I'm going to just post some pictures and maybe a video down below of what White Road is, and you guys can probably get the memo. But, you just want to be safe. Like, take care of yourself. It's really important to take care of yourself. And I wasn't doing that. I wasn't very smart when I picked my farm. So that is the most important thing, is be smart when you pick your farm. And also, if you know anyone in Hawaii, or you have, like, a backup place to go to by any chance, that would honestly be really great. Like, even just getting in contact with someone who you know, or maybe you don't even know them, but they just live in Hawaii, and, like, starting a chat with them and just being like, hey, or another woofer at the farm that you think you're going to. Like, get in contact with people before going. I think that'll really save you a lot of problems. Anyway, so moving on. So immediately when I got to the farm, we like I said, my second day in Hawaii, we went to White Road. And along with that, I was only at this farm for about a week and a half, which isn't very long at all. And I'll tell you why I left. But along with going to White Road, we went on did many other crazy things that I honestly felt were unsafe. The people I was with did not feel like they were unsafe. So I don't particularly know if maybe I'm just a baby and it's really safe and I'm just in my head too much. Maybe that's it. But to me, they weren't safe. And I don't think you should have to cross those boundaries between what you think is safe and what they think is safe. You know, you shouldn't have to do something just because someone else says it's safe, but you in your body and in your gut, you know that like this isn't safe for me. Maybe it's safe for you, but it's not safe for me. So don't cross that boundary. You don't have to do something because someone else thinks you're not cool or you're a baby if you don't do it. Which I got that comment a couple times when I was in Hawaii, like, you're just a baby, or like, wow, you won't even do that, or whatever, you know? It's like, I'm sorry, I value my life. Like, do you not value your life? Because it seems like you don't. And that's just a very common thing that I found in Hawaii, is people are crazy with their lives. Like, they're always willing to put their life on the edge. And to me, it's just stupid. To them, it may be exhilarating and awesome and fun, and that may be like their purpose of living, is to be able to do that. But to me, that's not fun. Like, I really don't want to die right now. I think I'm far too young. And I think going to Hawaii, you have to be safe. You have to be smart, and you have to put your guard up, honestly, sometimes with certain people, because people will screw you over. And that's just the way it is. And so I'm just gonna say how I left this farm a week and a half in. The farmer, my host, told me he no longer wanted me on his property. Like, he no longer wanted me to work for him. And I was like having a nervous breakdown. Like, what am I gonna do? I don't know anyone. Like, this is crazy. What am I supposed to do? Like, scared out of my mind, honestly. And it was very scary. And the next day I just decided, like, okay, you don't want me here? Well, he gave me a week to figure it out. But honestly, I couldn't deal with it anymore. His farm was a lot of work. We worked about 30 hours a week, possibly more, but about definitely 30 or more, which I think is ridiculous. 30 hours a week just to live in a barn with 3 other girls with no electricity. I don't think that's fair. And looking back, I can see how that's unfair. But at the time, everyone else was doing it. When you see other people doing it and they're fine with it, you kind of think that you're crazy if you think that that's not okay. But as I talked to more people on the island about my experience on the first farm that I went to, everyone was saying, like, that's ridiculous. Like, 30 hours a week to live on a farm where you're living in a barn with no electricity and it was a barn, you know? I'm sure you can imagine the problems that I had, especially at night when there was cockroaches and rats running around. I mean, I really got the full Hawaii experience, which is awesome, but at the same time, I mean, it wasn't comfortable, especially when I first got there. But I mean, I only lived there for a week and a half, so I can't really complain. But anyways, moving on. So I left his farm and went to a hostel until I figured something else out. And I mean, he told me to leave after a week. And that is something that I don't think is that uncommon, honestly, in Hawaii. People there, and this may sound like something you don't know, or I don't know, maybe you do, but there's a lot of mental illness on the Big Island. There's a lot of people who have mental illnesses. And I think some of people with mental illnesses actually go to Hawaii to escape from the real world, you know? And you have to be aware of that. Like, some people there are not in their right mind, especially in Puna, where I was at, on the Big Island. There's just a lot of psychiatric problems that people have. And I'm not even saying that to be mean or, I've had a lot of psychiatric problems in my life, and I'm sure that's why I was so attracted to the island. But it's true. But you just have to be really careful, because you never know who you're going to run across, and you never know the kind of manipulation that people can really, really put you through. And it really, 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 really woke me up. It really did. It woke me up. And that is my story of, well, I guess that was like part number 1 of woofing on the Big Island. And if you're planning on woofing on the Big Island, be safe. And that is my biggest advice to anyone woofing on the Big Island, is just be smart and be safe, and don't do something that could risk your life just because other people are doing it, because people die there all the time. People die doing stupid stuff on the Big Island all the time. And you don't want to be that person who doesn't come home to your parents because you decided to do something dumb that took your life. And I really hope that, you know, people can be smart about the farm that they choose, you know, having backups, having people they know to talk to, exactly the specific area that you plan to go in Hawaii, researching about that area. Hitchhiking, don't hitchhike alone. Especially if you're a girl. That's not smart. Oh, I've heard of so many bad experiences. Anyways, that's my life, or that was my life at one point. That's my story about woofing on the Big Island. And I was there for a year, and that was just my first week and a half there. So I have a lot more to share, but I just wanted to share that. So thank you guys for watching.